Oh, Shrek, come on, give me a kiss.
People love my blowjob face.
It's a dictionary of dicks. What's wrong with this?
And mostly when I play, I'm like, I'm blowing shit up.
We have a self-jerking machine.
That's hot.
Aw, Mario, stop touching me. I'm your brother Luigi.
Pre-recorded live from across these great United States. Sometimes like to play with other things, but let's play with ourselves.
Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of Let's Play with Ourselves, episode
26.
Cool, I didn't know, so I was actually gonna just let a silence go there, but you got it.
Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. I looked it up like right before I was doing this, because I was like, oh, where's my damn folder with the files? How is your week going, Gamerpixie?
Splendiferous. I'm like, oh, this is really good. Take my word for it. It was great. I broke out the AC, my little Japanese robot AC.
Does he do like Japanese robot breakdancing?
I guess it fell over.
That's robot breakdancing to me.
It's very like limited in what it can do. So I mean, falling over was pretty impressive. It did it by itself too. I was like, what? But yeah, I had to break out the AC because it's super hot now. It's like in the 90s, I guess. And another thing I did is, I know Eccentric in Texas way back, I don't know, like maybe last year, was talking about cotton candy grapes. I got those, and they do taste like cotton candy. It's so crazy, and they taste good because I like cotton candy, but they make you kind of sick if you eat too much. Exciting life, right? But that's what I've been doing. I can't really think of anything else. I watched an episode of Wishbone, which, if you don't know what that is,
I used to love that show. With the dog and the stories.
Yeah, where they like kind of loosely create a plot in the real world that would be similar to like a book or something, and then Wishbone would be like randomly, and this happened in the Tale of Two Cities, but it would be called like, the episode would be called like A Tale of Two Sitters. It's whatever. I watched that one. The mom is freaking stupid. But anyway, I was watching that and I quite forgot about how like funny and interesting it is that you'll have like actors be really dramatic, like on the verge of tears. I was watching one about the Civil War, and there's this guy talking about how someone died and he was really upset about it, and it's just so funny. Like he's this man is on the verge of tears and he's a great actor, and it's just him like talking to a dog. I was like, that's cool. I never understood as a kid how like acting like that would probably the equivalent of talking to a wall, you know?
I'll admit I never thought about that before when I watched the show.
Well, it's like when you're a kid, or I don't know, you just don't think about it. Plus, it's funny, when I was younger, I didn't really notice that the dog was taking cues like the whole time. So I'd be like, wow, it's so magical that the dog is doing everything by himself. And I watched it again, I was like, that dog is so obviously like looking off camera, being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand up on my feet. Yeah, so that was a trip down memory lane that I kind of stumbled upon it and really go looking for it, so my past is attacking me at the moment.
You're saying Wishbone found you?
He did, and...
Did you say, what's the story, Meebone?
Meebone? No. He didn't say that.
Sorry.
He said, he didn't say anything. I'm sorry.
You know what the sad thing is? That show was back on in the 90s, right? So that's, what, 20 years ago?
Yeah, about.
Wishbone is probably dead.
Oh, yeah, no, he's dead. He's like the dog from Frasier. Which, I wonder if that was the same dog? No, probably not.
And Lassie and Benji.
You know, I watch a ton of old films, and I always wonder, like, are these people dead? I do. And sometimes it's really obvious. It's weird to watch, like, black and white films, and you're like, that person is dead. And,
No, I think the same thing at times. I know it's kind of dark. You're like, man, this person had this vibrant life, and there's all this shit going on, and they don't know these things are going to happen yet in history, and now they're dead.
They are. It's weird. You like watch movies where the people are smiling, and you're like, no, you're rotting. You're rotting in your grave.
There's a cave somewhere in, I think it's South America, where they have all these handprints. Like, they put their hands up there and they put paint around them, or they put, like, paint on their hand, and it's, like, thousands of years old. And just, when I first saw it, I mean, I wasn't there in the cave, like, oh, look, I found a cave. But when I first saw pictures of it, it kind of blows your mind to think that there have been millions, there have been people here for, well, for civilization-wise, at least thousands of years, otherwise millions of years, that have been like, oh, I've got hopes and dreams, I hope I can touch that squirrel, I hope I get with Lady Grognar.
Grognar.
Yeah, and they're all dead, and I will be someday too, so happy
Grognar.
thoughts.
Grognar and Chungle. Getting with it.
Is that the next Will Smith rap song? Getting caveman with it.
I make millions of dollars, y'all. Oh God. Yeah, no, I agree. It's a wondrous thing thinking, whoa, so much existence, so little time. Well, I guess there was a long time, but you know what I mean.
And someday we'll be dead. Maybe somebody will listen to this and they'll be like, oh my God, they're talking about it and it happened.
Oh, well, yeah, we're great predictors. I'll be dead. That makes me the best predictor in the world. Kings should come to me and be like, can you tell me what's gonna happen in the future? I'll be like, yeah, you're gonna be dead. And they're like, great Scots, you're right.
It should have been like, you're gonna be ugly. Too late, you already are. Future came true. Pay me now.
What if he's really cute, though?
Well, then get with him. I don't know. I ain't a girl.
I can't get with a king. I'm a poor pauper. I'm a pauper. I can't. I'm a party popper.
I don't know how many kingdoms there are left anymore where people have to marry rich royalty. If that happened, there's like a handful of kings and queens left? Everybody would be incestuous.
Spreading the seed too thin, they would. That's so gross.
You're the one who said it.
Yeah, but it sounded less gross in my brain.
I wasn't like, tell me more.
Tell me more about the incest. Well, when people have more of one in their family, and they're of reproductive age, you know the rest.
Speaking of odd stories, I found an odd story online I wanted to share with you. And this greatly amuses me. Maybe it won't greatly amuse anyone else. It's from Tbilisi, Georgia, over by Russia. And the headline is, Patrons of Vegan Cafe are pelted with meat. That's what I thought, too. Okay. So I just took a paragraph from the story, and it's from the Facebook page of the cafe. And they're like, a group of people who prepared an anti-vegan provocative action entered and started to be violent, said a post on the cafe's Facebook page. So there's all these vegans, they're having their vegan, I don't know, hamburger substitute or whatever.
Yeah.
And these guys come in, and the Facebook page goes on and says they pulled out their grilled meat, or pulled out some grilled meat. Excuse me if I pull my meat out. They pulled out some grilled meat, sausages, fish, and started eating them and throwing them at us. And finally they started to smoke.
I like the smoking bit at the end. That's great.
I know.
Icing on the cake.
I wish I would have seen that. I mean, these people are eating the vegan stuff. I can't imagine these guys walking and they're like, look, I got a fish. Nom. Suck fish, bitch.
It's funny, too, because, it is offensive, but, to the vegans, but at the same time, I guess it's better than them, coming over there and beating them up while they're eating food, so it's like, you're lucky we didn't beat you up, we just threw sausages at you. That's funny, though.
The Facebook page added, they were just trying to provoke our friends and disrespect us. The cafe said that they called the police, but then the assailants fled and no one was arrested. So basically these guys walked into a vegan cafe, whipped out some meat, started eating it, and throwing it at people, and they're like, we're going to call the cops. Well, they smoked too, and then they ran away.
Wonder if they finished their cigarettes before they had to leave.
I don't know. I think that's the most hilarious crime I have ever heard of.
That's pretty funny. I mean, and in a way, it's
mean still, but it's funny mean, because it didn't happen to me.
Well, plus, I mean, like I said, they weren't they didn't technically hurt them. I'm not saying it's okay to do things if you don't physically hurt people, but that's what makes it extra funny, is that they didn't actually hurt them. They just obviously did that to bother them, and I don't even know if they actually had a point.
I like, too, that the way they phrase it, they pulled out some grilled meat. So I assume somebody walked in and just starts pulling sausages out of pockets.
Just eating it straight without anything.
Staring at the vegans. Arr.
Let me intimidate you with my bratwurst.
That's what I say to ladies in the bedroom. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie PCU, but they have a scene kind of like that where they have all these hippie people protesting meat, and then the troublemakers go get a bunch of meat from the cafeteria and throw it at them. So it made me think of that, too.
It's a strange world we live in, but things like that make me feel good about the world.
I agree. I wish this is the worst kind of news you would ever find. You'd be like, what a bad day in the news. Somebody threw their sausage at somebody else.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known about the great sausage massacre.
I was wasting a lot of time today. I should have been working and stuff, but I was like, I'm going to play on the internet and play games. Then I found this. I was like, ooh, this is important. Hey, I have a podcast. I wasn't wasting time, I swear.
That works, though. Dude, I slept in today so late, but what woke me up is a bird ran into my window.
Poor bird.
Poor me. It scared the hell out of me, and I, screamed and freaked out. And I got mad because the blinds weren't even open, so I was like, there's no reason why you should have run into my window.
Did the bird survive? Dead. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't dead. We have these giant birds. They're called stellar jays, and they're, blue, giant, deep blue birds that have, mohawks. And every morning at 4 o'clock, they come around my window and they start making these weird hissing sounds. So I kind of hate them.
So you're saying you have, biker birds in your neighborhood who try and fuck with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. And it's kind of weird. It might be a love that they have for me, because I do leave food out for them. So it might be their version of love.
Wait, how are you complaining then?
Well, wait, what do you mean?
Well,
I give them food
and
they run into my windows.
I hate these fucking birds that I leave food out for, and then they show up and eat the food. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, they're innocent little beasts.
Uh-oh.
I can give them some food. I have a soft heart for the winged creature. Doesn't mean I have to love them all the time.
I don't know. I was talking to you once, and you were like, I just saw a hawk attack some other bird. That was sweet. You should.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. No, if you were there, you would have, been in awe, because it was one of those things where you're just like, whoa, did that just happen? Did that bird just become this pile of feathers? Because it literally happened in a couple of seconds. Oh, I was outside today. No, yesterday. I lie. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And I heard an eagle, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
I envy that we don't get those here in the city.
No city eagles?
No. Not a lot of jobs for eagles in the city.
Liberty jobs? Freedom jobs, maybe?
Nah, it's a bad economy, isn't it, still? For some people?
For eagles, apparently.
True.
Poor eagles. They make a really stupid call.
And they're like, durr.
Durr. So, I don't know, I can't actually, reproduce the sound, but if you look it up, it's a very cute sound. You're like, that's not very freedom and, motivating, really. Hawks sound a lot more like, freedom, hawks. In fact, in movies, did you know, movie fact, when they show eagles, I think this is in older films, I don't know if they still do this, but when they showed an eagle, they would play a hawk sound effect, because it sounds more intimidating.
I did not know that.
Movie fact, motherfucker.
You should have a movie fact channel.
No, I shouldn't. Why not? That'd be a bad idea.
Well, you know lots of stuff.
I don't know anything besides.
Is that it? Is every episode the one movie fact about the birds?
Yeah.
Movie fact number 72. When they make noises for eagles in movies, they use a hawk sound effect. That was the other 71 videos she did. What?
You guys tell me to keep making more. That's all I could do. I'm sorry. I could learn more. But there's other people for that. SuperPaul knows a thing or two about the films.
I've watched a film. I've watched the talkies, as the kids call them.
Oh yeah, the really old kids. Is that a 70s thing?
No, that's like a what 30s or 20s thing.
The 70s was so long ago.
Yeah, and the 70s is when we first got movies with sound in them. It's true.
You're still turning butter. They still do that though, like in Amish places.
I was thinking the same thing too, but I didn't feel like it was super relevant. I was like, but really?
Turning butter must have been like hard, but I've never done it before, so I don't know. Like, it could be wrong. Have you turned butter before? Turned thy butter?
No.
We need to not do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd leave that to you if you wanted to do that. That's why we have modern technology, so I don't have to do things like that. I think about that sometimes when I go dishwashing. When I
you go dishwashing.
I'm going dishwashing, friends. I put on my dishwashing best.
Oh, my long pink gloves.
Well, you know, when you use the dishwasher, when you use like a clothes washer, just back in the olden days when people would have to take it to like the side of a river, or even if you had it in your house where you had to do the spinning one, and be like, man, I like conveniences.
Oh, me too. I love like microwaves and self-defrosting fridges, which is not a thing that existed a while back. I did not know that.
I remember when I was younger, my brother used to have a mini fridge, and it wasn't self-defrosting, and I'd never seen one that didn't self-defrost. And then after a while, you'd open it up, and the whole top was just ice.
Yeah, no, it's freaking bullshit. You have to like scrape it and stuff every so and so. We live in such a nicer time. Speaking of technology, I was minding my own business in the kitchen today. I was cooking dinner, and the ice machine randomly spit out a couple things of ice. I think there are ghosts in my house.
And they're using the ice machine?
Apparently.
Are they having like a ghost party?
Is the afterlife that boring that you have to get ice in order to have a party?
I don't know. I've never been dead. I'll let you know when I am, I guess.
Well,
I don't know how I'll do that, though.
If you do have parties in the afterlife, then when you take ice out of my ice machine, take 2 pieces of ice, and that will mean yes.
What if I only want one?
Then that... Well, okay, you want to answer my question, or just go with your conveniences?
I think if I'm dead, I probably just want to be convenient. I don't know.
Yeah, being dead's probably cool. I don't know. Okay, I don't mean it like that, you guys.
I was just like, you sound like you were middle school.
Been like, oh man, being dead's so cool, man. No, well, I mean, being a skeleton, this is the coolest thing in the world. You could.
I never understood in like, especially like Dungeons and Dragons.
I hate Dagons.
You can either fight in a dungeon, you can fight Dagon. Hey everybody, I'm Dagon. Let's murder him.
It's probably like a freaking god from Lovecraft. Oh, Dagon.
Do you think he ever used that to hit on ladies? What's your name? Baby, it's Lovecraft.
Aww. Maybe.
And then he fucked an octopus and made Cthulhu. He called it Fucktopus.
Fucktopus. Oh boy. So that's why I wanted to read the story so bad. Not for actual like story integrity. I was just like, wow, someone's fucking an octopus. Oh my god, I have to read this book. No, Lovecraft, we love you. Rest in peace. You were gonna say something, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't either.
Tough guy.
I don't listen to my own podcast, so I have no idea what I was talking about.
Well, do you have anything else you want to say?
In general, I was gonna ask, have you been working on anything Let's Play wise of late?
No, that's been on like a stagnant sort of thing. I gotta do more Indiana Jones and stuff, but I've been lazy because those take a lot of work to do. They take a lot of work to edit, and they take a lot of prep work because I don't want to be like stuck so I have to watch a walkthrough. And my God, it's I don't know. Like each level, like the guy, it's almost an hour, at least like 40 minutes long of walkthrough for each level, and I think there's like 20 levels. So, and I just got past that Jeep level.
I had a lot of fun watching you play the Jeep level. That was interesting.
Oh, I'm glad. It was really boring, and I was like pretty upset while playing it, but I'm glad it's entertaining. I installed American McGee's Alice, which is a really cool game. If you guys want to check it out, Google it or something. I installed that on my Windows 8 or 10 computer, and it installed nicely, but it won't start. So hopefully I can like fix that. I don't know. It's better than just an error message, but
fucking Windows 10 screws people over again.
Seriously, somehow I got a game that runs on XP to run on Windows 10. I don't know how the fuck I did it. I like messed around with the compatibility thing, and it's really funny. It was like a cartoon, so I had it set to 1. I think it was like XP, you know, obviously that makes sense. I had it set to XP, and it wouldn't work. So I switched it to 95, and it wouldn't work. And then I switched it ahead to Vista, and it wouldn't work. And then I switched it back to XP, and then it worked. I was like, well, that makes sense. It's like a cartoon when, you know, like the cartoon characters are moving the couch, and someone's like, nuh-uh, not there, not there. And then at the end, they're like, yeah, there. And it ends up being the fucking same spot. So that was weird, but it worked. So, well, sort of. The characters' mouths move like at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
What game was it?
It was Still Life. I don't know if I'll play that game, but it's like a point-and-click adventure, similar to Siberia.
I usually avoid those. There's one I want to do, but just, I don't know, point-and-click adventure. Well, there's a couple. Like, I want to do Star Trek Judgment Rights, but it takes me so long to edit those. I'm like, not today.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I don't know if I really like that game that much. And
why are you trashing games I like? I wanted to play Star Trek Judgment Rights.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that, boy. No, come on, boy. No, I didn't mean that. Come over here and give me a hug. I didn't mean that. No, I meant Still Life, baby. Still Life. I don't know if I like Still Life. And, yeah, if I played it, I'd have to do fucking editing, because it's one of those, you know, I love point-and-click games, especially like the third-person one with fixed camera angles. I do like them, but they have to be done right, because a lot of them have, like, you can't skip certain dialogue, like, dialogue you've already heard, you can't skip it, or, like, the character's running animation is god-awfully slow. So, I'd have to edit it a lot and, like, cut things out and then speed it up. I'm already doing that with Indiana Jones. I don't want to get into another relationship like that. So, I have to wait. But I still got my Windows 7, so I might be able to do that American McGee's Alice.
I find, for me, adventure games are the ones that take the most editing, usually.
Mm-hmm. They really do. Especially if they have, like, really stupid, vague puzzles in them. I hate that. I'm looking at you, Nancy Drew. I love you, Nancy Drew.
I love it when you do Nancy Drew videos, though. I mean, I've enjoyed those greatly.
I gotta do more then. I'm glad people have liked those. And I appreciate it. But I'm, like, sincerely surprised. Like, a lot more people respond to that. Which, like I said, is surprising because, I don't know. I just didn't think that would be everyone's cup of tea, you know?
Well, you do a good job on them. I was thinking of you the other day because...
You were?
Of the people whose channels...
Speechless.
Shut up. The people whose channels I watch, you do more like older games, like older console games.
Mm-hmm.
And so recently, this past week, I did ESPN Track and Field, which is an old PS2 game. And then I was watching someone on Twitch, and they were doing the speedrun tournament. And there's this game called Mary Kate and Ashley Crush Course, which is an old PS2 game, or original PlayStation, I don't know which. And I saw that, I was like, I'm going to get that game. That can go get all the boys. I'm going to LP that.
You have to, then. I would really like to see that. Please do.
I did order it, so I'm just waiting for it to show up.
Aw, shit, that's awesome. That's cool. I can't wait to see it. You playing Mary Kate and Ashley's... Wait, how does the game even work, though?
It's shitty.
Well, that works.
It's a real game for real girls. That's what one of the early title screens says. So.
Okay. So we know it's gonna be fairly good.
Isn't that kind of code when they put that in a game that it's probably not so hot?
Oh, no.
You never see that with guys. You never see real games for real guys.
That's because of the patriarchy, Paul.
Yay, I'm in charge.
That's what he thinks. Oh my
It
God.
became like a 1950s sitcom. The guys think they're really in charge, but we're in charge, and we'll show them.
I think the Mary-Kate and Ashley thing is just fucking pandering. But, I do think it's gonna be a good play nonetheless. I'm gonna enjoy watching you play it.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to doing it.
Have you ever watched the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies?
No.
I have. I've watched a ton of them, actually, because my friend was into them, and I gotta tell you, I don't remember a single thing about those movies. I think I watched 5, and the only thing I remember was, like, the ending to one of them, because it was, like, my friend was like, this is really funny, and I was like, okay. So I remember it. It wasn't funny. But,
My only worry with... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, please, go ahead.
My only worry with LPing that is... Gamerpixie's got a story about when she LP'd some of the Barbie games, where some Barbie fangirls got really mad at her because she called out the game for not being good. That's my only worry, as I don't know if there's Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen fangirls are going to be like, why are you shitting on this game? It's great.
Oh, come on. You can handle them.
Apparently they smoke a lot of cigarettes.
For, like, 30-year-old women.
Hot.
I remember playing this game and it was good. I haven't played it since I first played it, but I'm sure it was good. That's a lot of the comments I get. When I was a kid, I remember really liking this. I'm like, when I was a kid, I remember really liking a lot of stuff that was fucking horrible. So, no, seriously, God.
No, it's true. Your taste changes as you get older.
Also, well, and I also think that it's not even a matter of taste, it's like quality. You're a stupid kid, and you come back to something and you're like, whoa, that's horrible quality, but you liked it as a kid.
I remember that the show Knight Rider with David Hasselhoff when I was a kid. I'm like, this thing's sweet, it's got cars, it's like, vroom. And then later on when I was like a teenager, I saw like, oh my god, that thing's shit. It's horrible.
It's the best when you revisit. It's so nice when you revisit things and you're like, oh my god, what is this? Yeah, no, that was me. I used to love this movie when I was younger. It's called Milo and Otis.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I bought it for my ex because I remember one day when we were together, we walked by it and she's like, I love that movie. I'm like, alright, I'll buy it for you.
Dude, it's a fucking cruel movie.
It is if you find out about how it was made.
Yeah, no, how they like threw cats off of cliffs and
Yeah.
like it's very heavily suspicious that they broke one of the cat's legs in a deleted scene so it would walk weird. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check it out at Pet Abuse Amazon.
No, when
That's the first thing that'll come up.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but the little bits I saw were cute, and then like. Last year or early this year, I read an article about how they made the film. I was like, "Oh my god, that's animal abuse! That's horrible."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they put a cat in the box. They put a cat in a box, and they put it down an actual river, just by itself. And then they put the pug with the baby bear. I'm like, oh my god! But as a kid, I loved it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Cute animals falling down cliffs, little kittens being attacked by seagulls. It was so cool.
There are some characters in the Sims 2 LP that are named after them.
Oh, cute.
Awkward silence. I'm like, I named characters after demon thing.
I named my characters after abused animals.
Well, that's not exactly the way I was thinking about it. Thank you.
Did they get abused in your...
No, my house was pretty... The Sims 2 house was pretty functional, unlike the Sims 1 house.
Well, yeah, that was way worse, but I mean, Mr. Squisher...
Yeah, Mr. Squishy got abused a lot. Yeah, that's true.
He was, like, the person who took all the abuse for everyone else, I think.
I had somebody comment on one of my original Sims LPs today that he thought it was funny, like a funny meth house. And I'm like, yeah, it's not what I was going for, but it kind of happened, I guess.
You're like, there are some parallels. Oh, my hair's falling out, man.
That's not good.
No.
Happened to me, too.
We can be buddies.
I hope we already are.
We can be buddier buddies. Oh, man. Oh, God. Wait. I was gonna say, speaking of the Barbie comment stupidness, this other person, I guess it's a girl, I'm not sure, they commented on my Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, and I was just kind of like, not paying attention to it, because I don't really pay attention to comments on videos that old, but she was like, she left all these really weird comments, like, oh, you're missing things. Like, she was saying things that, like, I could take as being mean, but I don't think she was actually saying things to be mean, but I can't tell. And she left this one huge comment that I thought was pretty funny. She's just basically saying, well, you're missing a lot of stuff, and this game isn't just a bunch of mini games, and when I do a playthrough of this game, I will do everything, unlike you who did not do everything. And I was like, oh, this is okay. I wanted to,
Sorry,
like, oh no, please go ahead.
It amazes me how emotionally invested people can get and angry about things that really are not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and that's more of a, like, that's a tamer comment too. I think someone left a comment, they're like, why the fuck do we have to have a 13-year-old boy talk over this and ruin it? This is my favorite game. And I was just like, oh.
Those are the ones that piss me off. It's like, if you want to, go play it yourself, you fucking moron. Because most people are cool. Most people are cool, but every once in a while you get that backseat gamer. It's like, you ruined this. I had someone comment on my original Sims LP, a different person than the one I mentioned earlier, and they wrote on a video, I know this is an old video, because it's like 3 or 4 years old. They're like, I know this is an old video, but the character did this because of these reasons. It's 3 or 4 years ago, I don't care. Then later in the day in a different video, they're like, you need to do this, this, and this. You just said on the earlier video that you knew I did this a long time ago. And then now, what?
You're like, that makes sense. I guess it's one of those things where they have to say it, or else they think something bad is gonna happen, they're gonna get a stomach ache, they're just gonna die if they don't say it. I don't know. People are weird.
I find too, I don't know if you have it, but when I get enough of that, then I get overly sensitive. Because then I'll be like doing like a stream, and somebody will come in and be like, oh, have you tried this? I'm like, go fuck yourself!
Well, I have to say, I've been pretty fortunate. I don't think as many people have told me how to play a game. It's just they tell me that I suck in general, at existing. So, I mean, I get kind of lucky in that sense, and it doesn't bother me too much. People are like, oh, you're dumb, you're stupid. And I'm just like, yeah, yes I am. And then I go on with what I'm doing.
I'll admit I get annoyed about that when I play strategy games. When people are like, you're so stupid, your strategy's not good. And I'm like, I beat all these games, didn't I? I beat the game, right? Shut the fuck up.
It's like, fucking finished it. Also, it's kind of fun. I don't know why people are like that, because it's kind of fun to just watch people, like, play the game and do their own little thing. Be like, oh, this is the way you thought to do that? That's kind of cool.
I think that's the best part of the story. Like, if you're watching... XCOM's a great example. If you're watching somebody and they make a mistake, or maybe they do something different than you would do, that turns the story one way or another. That's the whole narrative, the whole journey.
Plus, it's fun to see how they react to it. So, yeah, I don't know. People... Well, and you know another thing that really bothers me when people are like, why is there fucking commentary? Especially when it's on a game that there's a ton of walkthroughs that are no commentary. I'm like, you know, like, you can find one that doesn't have commentary. Another thing is when they're like... Because there's certain games that actually, like, on YouTube, I haven't found a walkthrough of them without commentary. And I wonder why don't they just, like, message the person or make a comment and be like, you know, just try and be like, hey, I know you have the game and I know you know how to play it. Would you mind recording it without commentary? That'd be really cool. You know, at least just instead of fucking talking, you're annoying, be like, oh, could you maybe do something that I want? I don't know. Because I would have. I don't own that game anymore, though, so...
You're nicer than me, I wouldn't have.
I don't know. I have, like, I guess it just works for me, because I'm, like... I like... What's weird? I like weird, repetitive things. They make me comfortable. If that makes any sense.
Another problem I'm starting to notice is spoilers. I hate people who do spoilers. Like, I don't want to say which game it is, because I don't want to call the person out. I was playing a game I'm currently LPing, and somebody tried to write what the ending was.
Uh-oh.
They were like, "I'm sorry to say this," and then
I'm
I quit
sorry
reading
to say
it.
this.
Yeah, it's like, what? Why would you be like? At what point are you like, "I'm sorry to ruin the end of Empire Strikes Back, but Vader's is dead"? Why would you don't have to tell me that? I'm enjoying the game. You don't have to say a damn thing. Shut the fuck up, stupid.
It's probably one of those, like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but if you don't repost this 5 times in the next 5 minutes, a girl will appear at the end of your bed and suck on your big toe.
Yeah, that's cool.
She has no teeth.
More luxury for my big toe.
That would creep me the fuck out. Dude.
Yes, I would have probably accidentally kicked the person. And then I'd feel bad. Well, I don't know if I'd feel
so
bad.
Sweet. You're like, I feel bad hitting this specter. Ask it to get in bed with me and be like, oh man, why are you at the end of the bed? Come on. And then we'd have a nice space between us.
In an awkward silence, we're like, I gotta go.
I'd be like, I don't have dentures, but I do have those weird mouth guards if you want to try one.
What?
What? I feel bad. They need something to chew. Come on. Ghost woman reposted 5 times 5 minutes needs teeth. Teethless women lives matter.
I agree.
Yeah. Their wellness with teeth. Okay, yeah. So fuck you haters, and you're trying to tell us what to do. Fuck you, don't do it. Don't try to spoil endings either. That's mean, especially with Paul. Cause Paul's a story-driven man, I'll tell you what.
The thing is, if I get more of that, I've not had a lot of that, because most of the people that view my channel, thank God, are really cool people that don't do that, and...
I'm cool.
Yes, thank you. And my channel's not that big, but I guess if my channel ever gets bigger and I have to deal with more of that, the only way I could think of dealing with it is maybe I record an entire LP before I release any. And I don't want to do that because it's fun to have the interaction, but some games I don't want to have ruined.
Well, wait. What game was it? Or you don't want to say?
Well, I'd rather not say, because if they listen to the podcast, I don't want to them to feel singled out that somebody can go find the comment, so...
Oh, I get you. Go find and dislike, yeah. Not that I would do that, but if your channel does get big enough, you have that leverage, my friend. Yeah, well... I don't think... You know what's great about having a 5-second memory? Is people will tell me things, like the endings to movies, and I'll completely forget what they were talking. I don't even remember what, like, their tone was, or what the words they used. I'm just like, well, that was interesting. Someone, like, blew air in my ear, and I don't know why.
I don't know if you're this way, but, like, when there's a movie I want to watch, or if there's a video game I want to play, and I know I want to play it or watch it, I stay away from everything, even trailers. I'm like, I don't want to see anything about it until I get my hands on it.
Yeah, I am kind of like that. Trailers are, like, bare minimum. Like, I will watch trailers, even though trailers for me kind of... I hate advertisements, like, in general, because I just hate the way they're done. So trailers can be kind of negative in a way. But, yeah, I do that. I haven't been, like, really anticipating any game that's coming out this year. I know, like, freaking Overwatch, which is one of those things where, like, I probably would play it, but I'm so annoyed over the hype of it, and I'm pretty sure that if I played it, I would probably be disappointed because the hype is so great.
I'll admit I don't get it. I saw about 3 minutes of it, and I'm like, not for me.
Like I said, I like it, but I don't think... Like, okay, maybe I have to play it, but the way it looks, just watching it, I don't really think it deserves as much hype as it has. People are going to be like, oh, Overwatch is God. I'd be like, no.
No, that's what I haven't really said, because people are probably going to get mad at me. When I see that, I'm just like, yeah, first-person shooter. I played that when it was Wolfenstein 3D.
Ooh, yeah. That was good when you shoot people and they have 2 frames for falling over. Yeah.
I did it, man. I was there when it started. Good enough.
It was a fun game. Yeah, but it just... And same with movies. Like, I have to stay away from people, not so much because they'll talk to me about the story, but because you'll have those people, and there's nothing wrong with being really passionate about something you like, but when you're like, it's the best, it's the best, it's really good, like unconsciously, it raises your expectations about whatever the product is, and then when you get it, unless it actually is really good, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is really good, but I'm almost certain, for me anyway, like 85% of the time, I am disappointed with whatever it was that people were like, this is really good, this is really good.
That is me almost all the time too. When people are like, you gotta watch this movie, you're gonna love it. You gotta look at this game, you're gonna want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost always, it's no, it's not my thing.
Yeah, and I think something that contributes to that, for me personally, is advertising. Because that's what you're doing when you're advertising. You want people to buy your product, but what you do is you, like, really gloss it up, and you're like, look at this, oh my god, big flashing lights, fucking intros, and then you actually get to it, and you're like, well, this is okay, but it's not as good as you presented it.
You see that a lot on Twitch, and I realize that's the nature of the beast for the people who are pro streamers on there, and I'm not knocking making a living, that's what they do. But the hype train will hit for something like Overwatch, you know? Oh, Overwatch is big, and then a week later it's something else, usually.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like, I've noticed that. I mean, that's probably human nature in general, but with the growing popularity and almost the governing, if you might say, of social media, that happens a lot, where it's like, something comes up and they're like, oh my god, 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 and then like a couple weeks later it's not really a thing anymore, but it could be like something as big as a charity, and then it just disappears. Fucking social media, evil devils.
And here I'm still playing PS2 games.
Because they're the best, they're fun. That's another thing, people being like, this game is flawless, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, okay. Sure, whatever you say, baby. No game is flawless.
This is a fact.
I see you reaching for a paper boy.
Would you like to do questions? Reaching for a paper boy? That sounds perverted. There's a nice looking paper boy.
It's probably a paper man by now.
No, I'm growing up and I have no job because nobody buys newspapers anymore.
Aww.
That's why you can pay me to touch me. Eccentric in Texas says, if Google made an AI that decided to take over the world, would you help fight, or would you fight it or help it? What do you mean if? I think they already have.
Your caution. Wait. What? Okay. What would you do, Paul, man?
I would fight it because fuck Google, even though most of my income comes from YouTube. But I'm always mad at YouTube anyway. This would be like a content ID thing. You know what I saw today on Twitter?
What?
William Shatner had his YouTube channel taken down.
Wait, how?
Because of copyright bullshit.
Wait, was he... Well, how, though? Like, what did he post that was...
I don't know. He said he hadn't posted a video in like 2 years, so it's probably some copyright troll who's like, I own these videos, close down the channel, I don't know, or a bullshit claim.
Oh, man. Well, that's great. Did he, go to YouTube? Like, he's kind of a very popular figure.
Last thing I saw, he said he direct messaged them on Twitter because they follow him. But I mean, if even Captain Kirk can get his channel compromised by the broken content ID system, we know evil runs amok with Google.
Oh, totally. No, there's actually artists, pretty big artists on YouTube who have copyright strikes on their own videos, which is their own fucking content. But the poor William Shatner. Hopefully that'll make a difference.
Not only would I fight it every week by fighting content IDs. I'm already fighting that fight, Eccentric in Texas.
Does the AI have a body?
I don't know. Like,
Well,
what kind of body? Are you being human-centric? Homo-speciesist? Could it body be like a server? Or are you like, it's gotta be a Johnny 5?
I guess a Johnny 5. That's the only thing I understood of what you said. JK. No, if it has a body, then I will fight it. I know Kung Fu.
So if I'm like, it's that server right there, you're like, nah. It's in a body like a robot you've seen from a movie. I'll fight that.
You'll be like, I, Robot. And I'll be like, fucking Will Smith want to karate chop this robot with me? You'll be like, yeah! Then we'll go do it. We'll kill the robot. Won't do it. But yeah, no. If you pointed it out to me and you said that's the server right there, I would fly into it with my body. I would fly into it.
Can't we turn it off or pour water on it or hit it with a sledgehammer? You don't have to like throw your body at it.
I would soak my body in water and drink a ton of water, so I was very high content of water.
That's gross.
No. I'm gonna run towards it really hard, and I'm gonna jump into it, electrocute it, fry it while I fry myself, and then I'll go down in history as the fucking hero.
Or someone who could have just, like, pulled a plug or just poured water on it and survived.
But there's more than one server.
So?
If I kill it with my...
We don't have to become a suicide bomber group. It's like, why don't we just unplug that or smash it?
Suicide bomber?
Yeah.
I'm just doused in water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they probably have waterproof stuff on it anyway.
You've given up before you've even tried. Google AI has already won.
It has. I'm a lazy.
You need to work harder on it because Google's spending a lot of money on their AI stuff. So
when are they gonna get that glasses stuff? Like for real?
You know, believe it or not, Google's got a great reputation, but a lot of the shit they do fails. Like Google Plus did, Google Video did. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants Google Glasses. Like when it first, like they announced it, people were like, "That's sweet," and then they gave out a small amount, and people were like, "That's stupid."
Well, because they did they suck, or was it just they were kind of like limited? I guess
I don't know.
What they did.
Nobody seemed. I've never heard anybody say really good things about it, and people were creeped out because you don't want somebody with a camera on all the time around you. That's gross.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of gross. Oh, well, okay, I would fight it, sure, why not? Well, what? Okay, hold on.
When we have our Google AI resistance, you're not giving any speeches. Yeah, well, I guess not. I'll fight it. Quit pouring water on yourself. You're not jumping to that server. But
I have no other use, Papa. It must make you proud.
That wasn't even the right server. That was Yahoo. Yahoo's busy self-destructing on its own.
I mean, just in case they gang up, man.
I don't even know.
I can't even. Yes. Okay. Well, okay. Answers that. Okay.
Since we're talking about negative... both the questions this week, actually like a month ago, because you and I have been busy. It's been a while since we've done a podcast.
Sorry about that.
Are both really, like, horrible... bad things. I'm good at words. I want to LP. I've been thinking about LPing this game called King of Dragon Pass. It's an old game from like the 1990s, late 1990s, I think it is. But I've been reticent about it because there's tons of reading, and I've never played it before. It's like, I don't want to play like an 80-hour game that has a lot of reading and then like fail at the end. Mm-hmm. And so that was a lot of yesterday. Like, I'm just going to sit here and think about not playing it or maybe playing it. Important life decisions.
You gotta roll a die or get a straw or something.
Do I draw straws by myself? Oh, I got the short straw. There was only one straw. I guess I don't know.
You can close your eyes.
Master Ian says, with humanity's extinction fast approaching at the hands of the undead, the president tasks you with forming a 4-person anti-zombie strike force. Who do you choose to be your forefighters? Choose wisely, because the fate of the world lies in your hands.
God, fuck, then.
Is that what you tell President Obama when he lays it out? You're like, we're fucked, and you just walk out?
Be like, that's not the kind of, patriotism that I was expecting.
Is that when you get the thug life thing where they play the music and put on the glasses and the joint?
Run right into Trump. You're gonna be on my team. Oh my god. He could probably kill someone with his hair.
See, when I was thinking about this, I was like, can I have, like, who do I pick for real people? Or can I pick fictional people?
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking, too.
I think you gotta have fictional people to make it fun.
I don't know.
And then I was like, can I pick the Riders of the Apocalypse? That's cool. And then I was like, can I pick 4 zombies? Because only zombies can defeat zombies. And I was like, that plan might not work out. I'd be like, attack them zombies, and they might just shamble around and fall down and be like, oh.
They'll probably eat you.
Why'd I spend years training those bastards?
Years. You got them yesterday, but it feels like years. If you got the four, I don't think you could do the Riders of the Apocalypse because they'd be like, I'm sorry, Super Paul, that's a conflict of interest.
Why? Why wouldn't they be cool, man? They got supernatural powers and horses and shit.
But we're for the end of the world.
Well, the world can still end. They're just getting rid of the zombies.
But the zombies, they're doing the same thing we.
Nah, the zombies are scabs, man. They're taking their work. In fact, if anything, I'm looking out for the Riders of the Apocalypse.
But what if the Riders of the Apocalypse don't want to work? They've been working forever.
They have one job. They have, like, one fucking job. Like, they sit around all day. I bet they want to work. They're like, I'm just waiting for the apocalypse. I got nothing else to do.
They probably want to die.
Maybe they like doing things. Maybe they like playing beach volleyball. I don't know. He's like, death is my job. That doesn't mean that's who I am, okay?
Little skeleton hands and that, that waving motion. Little bony hands with flesh hanging off of it. Wow, you guys are so cool. So wait, no, like pick, yeah, you can't really pick real people, I guess.
If you're gonna pick real people, I'd pick like a Navy SEALs team or a Ranger team, you know.
I'm not on your team. I know how to use a gun and a knife.
If you pick fictional people, I'd pick the A team because they got badass music and they can like jury rig any vehicle with like metal stuff to run over zombies, and they always have machine guns with tons of bullets. So
with infinite movie bullets.
Yeah, they're not really good at hitting anything, but
they scare them. Scare the zombies away.
Yeah.
It depends on the kind of zombies, too. Because, I mean, like, if you have really, really fast zombies and, like, zombies with claws and zombies that can climb things, you know, that's a difference. Because if it was just, like, Walking Dead zombies, it'd be like, look at the old folks home with me.
I think fast zombies ruin zombies.
Well, I mean, Resident Evil did it really good. The ones that you kill them and then they come back, like if you don't burn them, they come back and they're a lot more angry.
Well,
they got nails.
Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, what works about like the Borg in Star Trek work because they don't have to run because they have this constant shambling thing, and you can't. No matter how many of them you knock down, you can't stop them. The original Night of the Living Dead works because they keep coming no matter what you do. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean.
It's a horde. Like, there's a ton of them.
Yeah, that's way scarier than one thing running at you. It's just that no matter what you do, they just keep coming at you.
I don't know. I think both would be pretty scary. I wouldn't want a runner behind me. I hate actually walking on a trail and having a runner behind me. I'm like, they're coming. I gotta step out of their way. But what if I step in their way inadvertently? I don't want to look back because they'll think it's creepy. I'll put runners on my team.
So if you have your team and I have my team, I'm like, A team go, and they're gonna go attack and shoot and blow up the zombies. Your team is gonna be runners. You're gonna be like, runners go, and your team's just gonna run away.
Yeah, and the zombies will be like, grrr, and then follow them, and I'll be like, I am victorious. I'm alive. Then I'll go over to the president and be like, I really don't want to do this, but we have to repopulate the Earth. One baby at a time. Mr. President, why am I talking like you? I'm sorry.
It'd be hilarious if you talk back to him the way he talks to you.
He'd be like, I'm a married man. Not anymore. The Earth's well-being is at stake here. So, I don't want to have sex with Obama.
If you don't, why does it have to go there?
Well, because I need to repopulate the Earth.
Well,
my runners died.
Well, see, that's why you should have gone with my team or picked a team that killed the zombies, so lots of other people were still alive.
Was there a girl on the A team, like one?
Not technically. There was sometimes a loser girl that hung around, but...
I think in the cartoon of the A team there was a girl. I think.
There was a cartoon?
Yeah. She does, like, gymnastics. I'm serious. You can look it up. I'm not lying to you. I don't know, though. On my team, well, let's see. I would have... We're gonna do fictional.
Pick a cleric and be like, they'll just turn them.
That just turned them. Like the way you said it. A cleric. Well, isn't there like logic that when you heal zombies, you actually hurt them? Isn't that like a Final Fantasy thing? I thought you could cure zombies and it hurts them.
So you're gonna put a band-aid on them if they're trying to attack you? There. Oh my god!
Oh my god, darn. Turns into a little chicken.
Zombie Jesus!
Oh lordy! I'm coming, Elizabeth. Oh no, I would choose. Oh, why is this such a hard question? It's not, but for some reason I can't remember the name of the guy I was gonna choose. Wow. Well, this is embarrassing, but Army of Darkness. What is the main character's name?
Ash.
It is Ash, right? Because I wanted to just say Bruce Campbell. I'll ask Bruce Campbell to be on my team. That'd be cool too. But I have Ash, and let's see who else I have. Ash. I'd have Norman Reedus from fucking Walking Dead, so Daryl, I guess. And I would also have Rashawn, whatever, the black lady with the sword. I can't remember what her name is from The Walking Dead. And oh, well, it's including myself. I guess that's 4. So, I can have Daryl, and LaShawn can have Ash. See, you have to think about these things, Paul. Super Paul.
Now I want to watch Bruce Campbell's TV show, the horror one they did that took off after Army of Darkness.
Wait, was that... have you sampled that at all? Like,
I have not yet. I want to see it.
Because I remember when you're like, oh, look, this is a thing. And I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And then we both never checked it out.
That's because it was on, I think, Stars, maybe? It's like, oh, I don't have that. I ain't got no cable. I'm poor. I live in a box.
Same here. I mean, I got the internets, and there are ways, my friend. But I'm lazy. Plus, I'd feel bad if I, like... See, that's the thing about, you know, getting stuff from places on the internet. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but...
Zombies.
I'm safe. They're knocking on my door. See, if we had that kind of zombie problem, then I probably wouldn't.
What, they're knocking on your door at night? Go the fuck away, you damn zombies, kids. God, get a job, you hippies.
Cut your hair. It's probably rotting. I don't know if he has any.
Cut your hair.
Well, I'd have to open the door first. That's the thing. I say all those mean things, but I'm actually scared inside.
And then they're gonna go away and be sad inside because you hurt them in the worst way possible, emotionally.
Does that mean on my zombie team, if I can hurt their feelings on my zombie team, I just have to get, like, the most depressing people? Because I'd choose myself. I chose you. And I'd choose Keanu Reeves, because he can make a really good sad face. And I would choose Michael Caine, because he makes me sad somehow, even though I love him.
This is my favorite team. I like the idea of, oh, zombies are going after us. Sad face attack, Keanu Reeves.
You'd be like, oh, Trinity. Oh. And I didn't. Oh my god! Do you hate it when you talk about something and then you have a realization of that you were wrong, or someone points out that you had something wrong the whole time? Because I was talking to my brother about Speed yesterday, the movie, and I like described it, and I won't be actually spoiling anything here when I say that. I was like, oh, I thought it was about going back in time before something bad happened. Because I saw it as a kid, and I totally thought that's what it was about, that something exploded, and Keanu Reeves got sent back in time, and he got sent forward, and you had to, like, go back before it happened, and my brother told me what it really was, and I was like, oh my god. See, you're either high as a kid, or you're just, like, a normal kid, I don't know, or at least I was freaking weird. How do you mess that up?
For what it's worth, Speed has a very B-movie plot idea.
Oh, it does. Yeah. No, if you watch it too, you'll be like, oh, it's not. It's definitely not like one of the best Keanu Reeves movies, but it is like fun to watch nonetheless. But it's definitely not about time travel. Like, far from, my friend, far from.
Back in, I don't know, it must have been the 60s or 70s, well before my time. There's actually a movie with a similar plot, kind of. It's about an atomic bus that they can't stop, or it's going to, like, explode. I think it's called The Big Bus or something. I believe it was done by Zucker and Abrams before they did, or maybe it wasn't before they did the Police Academy movies and stuff. Squad, not Academy.
I was like, I'll take your word for it.
But it's the same kind of humor as like an airplane and stuff like that.
Which is really funny, by the way. I hadn't seen that movie, like, for the longest time, and then randomly I saw it, like, maybe a year ago, and I thought, wow, this movie is really, like, the humor in it is so different, and I really like it. Like, it is really funny, but at the same time it kind of reminds me of like YouTube poop status, because something will happen in the background and you're just like, and no one will acknowledge it, and it's just like really fucking weird. I love it.
YouTube poops are one of those things that I either love or I hate.
Oh yeah,
because it's like when you get a YouTube poop that is good, you're like, this is hilarious and crazy, and sometimes it's offensive. And then sometimes you get people who just rock the video back and forth for 20 minutes. And you're like, oh my god, don't you understand? It's supposed to be entertaining, not just like, look, I can move the video back and forth.
Or the bit like outdated memes in them. And then like, God, I've been watching a lot lately. A lot of YouTube poops. And it's like, I have anxiety about watching things and being like disappointed. So each time my like cursor goes over like, related videos, I'm like, I hope this is good. You better impress me. And if it's bad, it's not like a big deal. But yeah, it's funny because like the best ones are like the craziest, like well edited, just nice jokes, good observations, and that sort of thing, and good sound and all that fun stuff. And you're like, this is great. This is really entertaining. I like this. I'll probably watch it again. And the bad ones are almost cringy.
They definitely
make me
are.
cringe. Yeah. I love YouTube poops, so when you find a new one that's just a gem, you're like, yeah. This is good. There's King of the Hill ones that are pretty freaking hilarious. If you guys, I don't know, if you're not into it, then, you know, whatever, but if you haven't seen it, you can, like, try it out. There's called King of the Hill Edits, and I don't think they're creepy, but they definitely have, like, they intend to have like a creepy atmosphere about them, and they're pretty funny. I don't want to say any more than that.
Speaking of not saying anymore, aren't we going to be about that time?
Oh, I do believe, my dear sir.
Well, I had a pleasure podcasting with you, and I appreciate everybody who's listened, and even those of you who might have pretended to listen, like myself.
We can relate to y'all. Yeah, thanks you guys for hanging out with us. Can't wait to do it again, hopefully in 2 weeks.